Hello. You might remember us. Been off for a while. We're the Rogues. First of all, I'd like to apologise for not doing any videos recently. We've been off for a little while.
Yeah, as for Simon, he didn't want to be here today.
Yeah.
So we've decided, just because it's the two of us today, we'll start like a new segment, as it were. Conversations with the Rogues, I suppose we could call it.
Yeah, just gonna have a chat about what's going on in the world, maybe. I don't know. See what happens. Just it's a bit boring, really.
Obviously, being the massive Brits that we are, it's a big week for Royal Baby. What have they called the baby now?
See, it's called Charlotte. Beforehand, I was like trying to take bets on what I think it's been called.
Yeah.
I was hoping for something a bit more
Regal?
No, I don't know. I was hoping for the opposite. It's like everything's always like traditional and like, oh, it's gonna be like Victoria or like Elizabeth or something.
Yeah.
I was thinking they could go for like Shaniqua or
Rakisha,
yeah, exactly. Just
Princess Rakisha. She kind of is a spare part though, isn't
yeah,
she?
she's never. It's like fourth in line, but in reality, little George will be.
Because if I was George, after every argument, I'd just be like, I'm gonna be king one day. What's that? What? You're not? No, I'm king.
Quite actually.
Fourth in line.
quite number four. What amazed me though, right? So she spent like however long it was in Labour. Kate, this is. Just
yeah, not George. George.
No. So and then what's it like? 10 hours later, comes out looking like she's just a day at the races or whatever. She's an attractive lady, but surely after childbirth you're gonna have a hair out of place.
Yeah, it's just like when you watch. What's that show about with all the babies?
One born every minute.
One born every minute, and all the women come out like, oh my god, and she's just like,
It's just like
I know everyone.
didn't actually give birth. It's like just like, and here's your baby. Like, oh well, thank you.
I liked when George turned up, and obviously his dad was trying to make him walk first of all, and he just takes one look and he's like, no, walking is for peasants.
Do you know I'm number 4?
Gary. I am the future king.
Apparently number 3. There was a bit of like hysteria on like the news. It was like, okay, she's been born, and then all the TV show for about an hour on like 3 channels was a picture of a door.
And then they were like out for like 5 minutes, and then everyone was like, "What's the name going to be?" And they were like,
This was breaking. They had to postpone whatever on the Snoop. No, the Snoop's pretty dull, but whatever was on TV was postponed, and a picture of a door and a crazy man the suit was put on instead.
I think that's dedication.
I think, don't get me wrong, I love the rules, but I think we've gone a little bit mad. You know? I think like, that's OTT, isn't it?
I just don't like the. I can't remember what it was on, but there was this guy who basically was all for having an independent state and getting rid of the royal family and stuff, and you're just like, oh, mate.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the royal. That's raw news.
Royals.
For years.
News.
So what else happened this week?
I don't know, there's some like small vote or something there.
Something about the future of the country.
Or something. Like lots of people dressed up in like multicoloured ties and
Colours.
wandering about.
I mean, we were looking at like what each party kind of stands for.
Well, you got the Conservative Tories. They're blue.
Blue.
So,
It's my favourite colour.
I guess if you want to pick, you could just pick on colours.
Yeah.
So we got Tories are blue, Labour's red, Lib Dem are yellow,
That other purple pie.
purple, UKIP, green, obviously
Green party, and then other well-known parties are available. It's the Green Party that's really got me this year. We were all there.
What wound you up?
Just yeah, like I always thought Green Party were like, I don't know who to vote for, so I just voted for the Green Party. It's all about the environment and stuff like that. You know, important stuff. You know, the environment is important, and we do need to kind of keep it going. But then it's stuff like, we'll look after the environment and we'll get rid of the army. And you're like, okay.
I thought their policy would just be like Wales. Whales and dolphins. So if we save the whales and the dolphins, then the world, that's all good. And like what about like roads? We need more roads. Like we need some schools. Like, yes, but if we save the whales, they'll come and teach us in the schools, and the dolphins will build us roads.
It makes sense. Their old policies made sense. These new policies, they don't. At the end of the day, what's going to happen is you're going to get some people with wooden swords coming into the country saying that we're going to take you over, and we're going to be like,
okay.
Do you like some flowers, or we have talking dolphins?
We do have talking
They
dolphins.
can teach in schools. Vote for the Rogue Gentlemen.
Oh, maybe we should stand.
Well, What would
What's our colour? The colour.
gold
Gold.
gold and brown or
Gold
something,
standard.
something classic. Vote for us. Can we
Or
vote
just
for-
pinstripe.
Well, yeah. We need a flag. What's our slogan? British tea drinkers.
Free tea for everyone.
Who shall we ridicule next?
We could, well, I suppose go for them all, I guess.
Alright. So, Labour.
Labour just want to spend lots of money, just keep spending it. It's all like noble causes, I guess.
I saw this excellent website today. It's called Sloths, which look like Ed Miliband.
Do you know what I think he looks like? I think he looks like a character from Wallace and Gromit, like an Aardman character. I think how goofy his teeth are like, all like big Wallace and Gromit.
Massive eyes and stuff.
It's, I don't know, that's what I think he looks like.
Yeah.
Ed Miliband's gone back to like the Stone Age, do you see that? He's literally written his policies on a tablet of stone.
I saw that. Boris Johnson, there was a Twitter post about it. I'm going to find that Twitter post.
Okay. You find the post?
I can't find the post.
Tories opposite of Labour, aren't they?
Opposite,
So,
yeah.
like, it's obviously red's opposite blue.
Yeah, hot and cold.
Yeah, hot and cold. Alright,
Sums them up. What always gets me, right, is how people always go, oh, the Tories are just posh bastards. They don't care about the poor man. Where do you think all the leaders of the parties went to school? They all went to schools that the normal person would never be able to afford. So the argument of saying the Tories are just posh toffs doesn't make sense because they all are. Unless you vote for the Monster Red and Looney Party and they are in fact headed up by a dog.
Right? What? A dog?
But where were we?
Have we covered politics? Labour spend, Tory cut, UKIP, everyone has to leave. Liberal Democrats have no policies. So in conclusion,
Vote for whoever you
vote
want.
for the one who has the best coloured tie.
So, what else have we got this week?
Most this week, we haven't been on a while. What's
Wow.
happened since?
Right, so we've got the last 4 months to cover
So
since we posted the video.
we had Easter. Easter baffles me. One, it's not the same time every year. I don't understand, and I thought it was like when Jesus died, right, or whatever, or came back, whatever. But surely that happened on a fixed date. It didn't happen like the third day after the moon rose and whatever, and then they just change it every year. How does that even work?
I get chocolate, I don't care how it works. I've got some funny stories for Nigel. Using the week. Just need to find them first. Found them. Right. So I've got 2 funny news stories for you. Right. So this is about China. Basically, there's been a trend in China where when people have died and they're having the funerals, they've been using strippers and burlesque dancers to perform at the funeral. The authorities have said that this is uncivilised. What could be more civilised than strippers dancing in front of a large screen displaying a picture of the deceased? That's really weird. Do you think they dress as undertakers or what?
So they come in with the maybe a priest band or something and all that, and then the music goes on. And it's like Amazing Grace or something, and then all of a sudden the beat drops, and it's dun, dun, dun. And maybe everyone could get into the spirit by wearing their own like skimpy stuff. They're like, you don't have to wear a suit. Well, you do wear a suit. One of those suits where there's like a patch missing from the bottom area, like the kinky clothes people.
I don't need to know that, your fantasies much. The next story is an American man has been charged with firearm offences after dragging his computer into an alleyway and shooting it 8 times. Apparently he'd been having problems with his Dell PC for months when the red mist descended. The man has described it as, "It was glorious," he said, at the moment he pulled the trigger. The police have described him as killing the computer.
Well, I think if someone got arrested for killing a computer, you just get laughed at, of course, wouldn't you? Hello, is that the police? Yeah. What's the nature of your concern? We're a very laid back policeman. Yes. So I've got a report of murder. There's been a killing. Okay, sounds pretty serious. Who's been killed? My neighbour just murdered his computer. Goodbye.
Laboratory is a phone again. Who could it possibly be? One of the servants. Yeah, there we go. It's done. Now we can continue. I always thought when you were like younger, it was always much more difficult kind of taking girls out. Even if you wanted to go to like a gig or a concert or something, like a parent would have to come. So you'd be there trying to look all cool, and you'd be like, yeah, I do cool stuff, blah blah blah, and your mum's there, and you're like, oh, she's like, oh, you're right, good James, oh, bless you. You should have seen him when he was little, when he used to.
Oh, you got something on your face.
Yeah,
Let me
just
get
clean that off. Oh, bless you. You're on your first date, and you're like,
do you want a Diet Coke?
Like you kind of, you know, when you're younger. You know, holding hands would be a big deal, and you kind of do that.
First of all, go through the stage in it where you can't even, to touch a girl in case you get a disease or something.
Yeah. Do you remember that game when people used to come up to you and go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that's how many girlfriends you had. You'd be like, oh my god, no, get away from me, get away from me. And these days you'd be like,
I wish.
I'm a pimp.
I used to do the thing where it's like, you go out and you'd be like, if you like link your little finkies, you'll be best friends or something. It's like, we're still friends, and then you'd have to link up like, yeah, we're friends. That went around school when I was...
No, that never happened. Kiss chase used to be weird because it was always the girls chasing the guys at my school. Yeah, and then you'd always get that kid and he'd be like, kiss chase! And all of you'd be like, ah! Okay, it didn't happen with you, you were left. You used to just stand there, you used to like run past and you used to be like, what about me, what about me?
I'd try and catch them as they run past. Just get a brush of a hand as they zip through.
I'm here. I'm joking.
You hurt me sometimes. You get the outro.
I wouldn't let you do it by yourself.
No, okay.
So we hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Next time we don't know what we're going to have for you. I still think we're trying to find holiday. We've got holiday stuff coming up and a few trips planned, little bits and pieces. Obviously, give us a quick like, comment, subscribe, etc. If you've enjoyed the videos, check out our other videos. We'll put some links kind of everywhere. Okay, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Don't want to face number 1, do you?
We don't drop coins ever.
Tell me number 1.
Number 1. Yeah, that's number 4. That'll be an excellent conversation. Number 1. Number 1. Yes, Philip. What do you want? Number 3 is wet himself. Wow! That's number 3 is William.
Oh yeah.